Hello friends, in this lecture we're going to start with a new chapter. And what is the chapter name? The chapter is Retirement of a Partner. Right? So till the last lecture, what we have studied is, first of all, we studied basics of partnership, that what is a partnership, right? Then we studied about goodwill. Third, we studied about change in profit sharing ratio, that is the ratio in which the partners share the profits, they change their profit sharing ratio. Then we studied about admission of a partner. Right? Now, after this, from this lecture, we are going to start with retirement of a partner. Right? Now, first of all, what do you mean by retirement of a partner? If we talk of what is retirement? Retirement means any one partner, any of the partner, it can be one partner or more than one partner, they decide to leave partnership firm. Right? Any of the partner, they decide to leave the partnership firm. They decide that they will no more be the partners of the partnership firm. You will ask why? Sir, there can be many reasons. There can be a tiff among the partners relating to any issue, relating to the profit sharing ratio, relating to any decision matter of the firm. So there can be any reason that the partner, he decides to leave the partnership firm. Right? There can be a reason that he decides to open his own business. So he is leaving the existing partnership firm. Right? In that case, we say it is a retirement of partnership. There is one more thing in the way which the partner retires. In this chapter, we are going to study about retirement and death of a partner. Right? In case any of the partner of the firm dies, in that case also it is considered that he has retired from the business. Then what we are going to do with the money, we will see. Right? What we are going to study in this chapter is how to do the accounting treatment in case of retirement of a partnership firm. Right? So friends, before starting this chapter, I would say that you must go through the previous chapters first. Why? Because the topics that we are going to cover in this chapter are more or less similar to the previous chapters. The concepts. Right? So it will be easy for you to understand the concept if you have gone through the chapter of goodwill, change in profit sharing ratio, admission of a partner, basics of partnership. So I would suggest that you must go through those lectures first. Then it will be easy for you to understand retirement of a partner because the topics are more or less interrelated. Clear? What we have studied in admission of a partner, all those topics we are going to study in the retirement also. Let's see what we are going to study in this chapter. First of all, we'll calculate new profit sharing ratio. We did this in the chapter of admission also. Right? When the new partner joins the partnership firm, There also we calculated the new profit sharing ratio, and now when the partner is leaving the partnership firm, again we have to calculate the new profit sharing ratio, that is the ratio in which the remaining partners will share the profits. Clear? Second, we are going to study about gaining ratio. If you remember, in the admission of a partner, we studied about sacrificing ratio. Here, we will study about gaining ratio. How it is a gaining ratio, I'll tell you. Then, we are going to study about treatment of goodwill. Then, revaluation of assets and liabilities. Right? Then accounting treatment of reserves and accumulated profits and losses. Clear? These are similar topics that we have studied in admission of a partner. Right? Then we are going to study about adjustment of capital. Clear? One more thing is payment to retiring partner. This is one new topic that we are going to cover in the retirement, that is the payment to the retiring partner. Then we will discuss about accounting treatment in case of death of a partner. Right? This is what we are going to study in this chapter: the new profit sharing ratio, gaining ratio, goodwill, revaluation of assets and liabilities, accounting treatment of reserves and accumulated profits and losses, adjustment of capital, payment to the retiring partner, and death of a partner. Right? So first of all, I'm going to start with the new profit sharing ratio. The first topic that we are going to cover is new profit sharing ratio. Right? So tell me, let's take an example. There are three partners, A, B, and C. Right? They are sharing the profits in the ratio of 5:4:1. Okay? A decides to retire. A decides to retire. Now, what will we do with the share of A? What will we do with this share of A? The profit, the share of profit that A was getting. Obviously, this profit will go to B and C now. Earlier, suppose there is a profit of 9,000 and it has to be divided among three people. How much will each get? 3,000, 3,000 and 3,000. Simple. Now if this 9,000 is to be divided among two people, this person is not ready to take his share, then what will happen? This share will be divided between these two people. So these two people will get 4,500 each. Clear? So what will happen is this share, A's share, will be acquired by B and C. So if we talk of the new profit sharing ratio, this is equal to what is the old share plus acquired share. What is the old share of B plus how much he is acquiring out of A. A's share will be acquired by B and C both, unless and until otherwise agreed upon. Right? So this share is to be divided among B and C. So what is the new profit sharing ratio? It is old share plus the acquired share. Now, how to calculate the new profit sharing ratio? How to calculate this acquired share? See, we are given only this much, that A, B and C are partners in a firm. A retires from the firm. Calculate the new profit sharing ratio between B and C. That's it. We are not given in which ratio B and C are acquiring the share of A, and we are not given in which ratio B and C are going to share the future profits. If you can correlate to the admission of a partner, there also we calculated the new profit sharing ratio, and the first case was similar to this, that it is given that the old partners are sharing the profits in a particular ratio and the new partner is given this much share. That's it. This is a similar case. Right? What is the question? Question states that A, B and C are sharing profits in the ratio of 5:4:1, right? And says A retires, calculate new profit sharing ratio. Now, how we are going to deal with this? Let's see. You are just given this much, that A, B and C are sharing the profits in the ratio of 5:4:1, right? And A retires from the partnership. Calculate the new profit sharing ratio. Make a note. First note. In such a case, we always assume that the remaining partners are going to acquire the share of retiring partner in their So what we are going to assume is, if we are not given the new profit sharing ratio, neither we are given that in which ratio the remaining partners are going to acquire the share of the retiring partner, then we will always assume that the remaining partners are going to acquire the share of retiring partner in their old ratio. How? Let's see. What is A's share? 5/10. Clear? Now this share will be acquired by B and C in which ratio? What is their old ratio? Old ratio of B and C. B and C is, old ratio is 4:1. That is, the B will acquire 4/10 and C will acquire 1/10 in their old share. Clear? So what is, I will say, share acquired by B. What will be the share acquired by B? 5 by 10 multiplied by 4 by 10. 20 by 100. So what will be the B's new share? This is old share plus acquired share. What is the old share of B? 4 by 10. What is the acquired share? 20 by 100. So you can take LCM. 40 plus 20. This comes to 60 by 100. Is this clear? We will calculate what is the share acquired by B. They are going to share in the old ratio only. Right? Is that much clear? Okay. Now, we'll talk about C. Share acquired by C. Out of the total 5 by 10th share, C will take 110. This comes to 5 by 100. What is going to be the C's new share? This will be old share, that is 1 by 10 plus the new share 5 by 100. Ten plus 5, 15. 15 by 100. So what is the new profit sharing ratio? This comes to 60 by 100 is to 15 by 100, and if you take it to be, this comes to 4:1. Now, what is the interpretation of this? You see, if you see here, the old ratio, if you see the old ratio between B and C, this is also 4:1. And if you see the new profit sharing ratio, this is also 4:1. So we can interpret something here. Make a note. In such a case, in this case, what is this case? This case means in the case where you are not given the new profit sharing ratio among the remaining partners, neither you are given the ratio in which the remaining partners are acquiring the share of old partner. In this case, new profit sharing ratio will always be equal to the old profit sharing ratio of remaining partners. Clear? So this is interpretation of this, that in the case where you are not given the new profit sharing ratio, neither you are given the ratio in which the remaining partners are acquiring the share of the retiring partner. In that case, the new profit sharing ratio between the remaining partners will always be equal to the old profit sharing ratio of the remaining partners. Here I tell you one more thing. I have taken 4 by 10. You can take as 4 by 5 also. Even then the answer will be same. Right? Because we are saying that they are acquiring the share in the ratio of 4:1. Then you can take 4 by 5 also. Then it will be 20 by 50. right? And here 20 by 50. If we take the LCM, this will be 20 plus 20. This will come to 40 by 50. In the second case, this will come to, sorry, not 50, this will be 500. Okay. So this will be 50 plus, this is going to be 500. Right? So you, sorry, this is 5, okay. This is 50 only. This is going to be 50 only. This is going to be 50 only. This is 1 by 5, okay? So this will be 5 by 50. Here 5 by 50. If you take the LCM as 50, this will be 5 plus 5, 10. 10 by 50. What is the ratio? 40 is to 10, 4 is to 1. Right? So you can take the remaining partner's share of profit. Is this case clear? This is the case 1 in case of calculation of new profit sharing ratio when one of the partner retires from the firm. In that case, if we are not given the new profit sharing ratio and neither we are given the ratio in which the remaining partners are acquiring the share of the retiring partner, then in that case the new profit sharing ratio will always be equal to the old profit sharing ratio of the remaining partners. Simply forget this part. New profit sharing ratio will be this much. So in the exam, if you are not asked to calculate the new profit sharing ratio, do not waste time on this calculation. This is just for your understanding. This is just for the proof. Do not waste time. Simply, if you are not given the new profit sharing ratio, you can say, you just write down this note that in case that we are not given the new profit sharing ratio, neither we are given the share in which the remaining partners are going to share the profit of the retiring partner, then the new profit sharing ratio will always be equal to the old profit sharing ratio. Even if you don't give the note, it is better if you give the note, that the examiner will get to know that you have the clear understanding of the concept. Clear? Or simply you may write that the old profit sharing ratio will be the new profit sharing ratio will be equal to the old profit sharing ratio of the remaining partners. Clear, friends? So you can write this down. These two notes are very important. Okay? So you can write this down. This whole calculation is just for your understanding. If they ask you to calculate the new profit sharing ratio, then you can do it. Then you must do it. Okay? If in the exam, if in the full-fledged question of retirement, you are not asked to calculate the new profit sharing ratio, then don't waste time on this lengthy calculation. Even in the working notes, no need. Just give a note, right? That is sufficient. Okay? So now what we are going to study in the next lecture. In the next lecture, we are going to study about case 2 of calculation of new profit sharing ratio. Today what we discussed is case 1. Okay. What is case 1? That we are not given the new profit sharing ratio, or we are not given the ratio in which the new partners, in which the remaining partners will acquire the share of the retiring partner. In case 2, we will be given either the new profit sharing ratio, or we will be given the ratio in which the remaining partners will acquire the share of the retiring partner. Then how we are going to calculate the new profit sharing ratio in that case? Right? We will be given the ratio in which the remaining partners are going to acquire the share of the retiring partner. How to calculate new profit sharing ratio? We will see, right? So this we are going to discuss in the next lecture. This is all for this lecture, friends. Thank you so much.